that's all I have for week 2 of the NFL season. So now we're going to move over to the NBA. There's a couple talking points. First off, Isaiah Thomas believes that he can still play at a high level in the NBA, and he can see himself playing for 3 more years. I disagree with it, and it's good for him to have confidence because confidence. All the guys in the NBA, single one of them have some sort of physical ability that is going to allow them to, play at a high level. But it's the confidence that sets the stars apart from a bench warmer. If you see a guy get opportunity to be a number one scoring option on a bad team, that team might not win a lot of games, but he's going to put up production, and whether or not that's sufficient is another story. But they all have the talent to do something in this league. So confidence is a huge thing. But if we're talking about physical tools, Isaiah Thomas is on the shorter, no pun intended, shorter end of that, as a 5'9" guard. And, the NBA, they're just moving away from that. And it's never been dominated by, 6-footers. But the NBA, we're seeing more and more just big men coming in, tall and lanky selves, Victor Wembanyama, Chet Holmgren, guys like that. That's what the league is shifting to. So as time goes on, Isaiah Thomas, his archetype as a player, it just becomes more and more outdated. And what we've seen from him, because, you can say that on paper all you want, how's his actual on-the-court impact? It hasn't been that great. He didn't get much play for his Suns, but when he has played in the most recent couple of years, it hasn't been very good. He hasn't been a great defender, and he has not been a good defender at all, and he has not been efficient. So he doesn't bring much value to your team in spite of that physical ability either. So he has the confidence, and that's good for him. But I don't know that he has what it takes anymore to be a high-level NBA player. And I love IT. He was great over on the Boston Celtics, and I've been rooting for him for a while. But I think at this point, the negatives outweigh the positives in terms of having on your team. He can be a good culture guy. Everyone loves IT, but is he going to be worth whatever contract you want to give him? And at this point, his value's not even that high contract-wise. But would you rather develop a young guy, or would you go out and sign an aging veteran who is inefficient and struggles at defense? So I just don't know what the place is for IT anymore. And it's a shame to say that, but I don't know that he could play for 3 more years, consistently getting out there every night. And also, especially, I have my doubts about him, being able to play at a high level. But I'd love to see him back in the league. I just don't. That's not going to be at a high level. And good for him for having the confidence. However, I just don't see it. If you enjoyed this video, it would be great if you could find it in you to like, subscribe, maybe check out the full podcast on Spotify. Follow us on there. Follow us on Instagram. I know realistically this podcast isn't going to go anywhere ultimately, whether it's via the segments on YouTube or the entire podcast itself. But I want to get into the sports broadcasting business. I want to be able to promote thought-provoking discussions about the NBA, and I would love to do it via State of the Association. Thank you if you made it all the way through.